Hi and hello, people. Welcome to the Bobcast, episode 6. Since we're at 5-1 in the game, it's a good time to talk about. We can go first month of the season recap. Not of the league, but of Baltimore. So, is Baltimore at the 1 month into the season, 27 game mark. Good things, good things. Charm City is in a tizzy over how well the Baltimore Orioles are playing at this point. Team record 17-9, second best record in all of baseball, which is a good thing, except that the best record of all in baseball is also in the American League East, Tampa Bay. Actually, the biggest thing that's transpired over this month, at least in my opinion, about the team is not even about the team. Toronto has decided to, if not rebuild, at least reshuffle, take a step back. Hopefully, take 2 steps forward, maybe next season or something like that. They're not rebuilding, but they are. I don't know what you want to say. I mean, they dealt Joey Bats, dealt Batista, and were some prospects. So, talking to the GM of Toronto, obviously he's talking about how he's not planning on doing a full rebuild. Not planning on dealing big game Matt Garza and some of his other really good players. Just gonna take a step back, retool a little, and then come at you know Tampa Bay honestly. Um, Makes sense and probably will work for him. But in the meantime, opens up uh, the division, if not at least a wild card, somewhat. And I'm hoping to take advantage of that. I was thought that it'd be tough this season to try to jump Tampa Bay and Toronto to take the division, but Toronto took himself out of the race really. So no reason why I could compete with Tampa Bay, maybe. Or if they have just their team doesn't Tampa Bay doesn't perform as well as expected. The door's open. It's not open. The door's open for Baltimore. Not a ton, maybe, but the door is certainly open, at least somewhat. We have a chance, and we hope to take advantage of it. Um, so yeah, Baltimore right now, like I said, we're 17-9. Based largely on our hitting, we are scored the third most runs in the league. Done, but with pretty much we have fourth highest average. No home runs really, 19 home runs, which is 24th in the league, which is bad. 22nd in the league in stolen bases, so we're not stealing bases, but we are walking. We're first in the league in most walks in all of baseball. So that's a pretty good thing, at least in my opinion. It's what I wanted. We're one of only 3 teams that are over 100 that have more than 100 walks already. The other two being Seattle, who's also in the lead in their division, and Atlanta, and Washington. So 4 teams, excuse me. Anyways, so we're getting on base, and our pitching has been solid. Not as good as maybe I hoped for. I was hoping that I thought going into the season the roles might be reversed. That we'd be like third in pitching and eighth, ninth in runs scored, but pitching hasn't been terrible. We're eighth in runs allowed, which is okay, I guess. It's not great, but it's not terrible either. I mean, it's top third of the league, and so need be, I will definitely take that. Fielding wise, we're okay, but so it's mainly the hitting, and the hitting is being carried. It's not carried by If not carried, then at least the main guy is the guy we brought in, Miguel Cabrera. Cabrera's playing well for us. On pace for 100 plus runs, RBI, and walks. I mean, and strikeouts, obviously, but that's not really a good thing. Cabrera hitting 325 with a 420 on base percentage, playing really well for us at first base. But honestly, most of the team is playing well. Wieters is having a good year at catcher, with 450 on base percentage so far early in the season. The second baseman that we brought in free agency and then fixed up, Ryan Dent, is in 370. So clearly that's not going to continue, but hopefully we continue to get a good season from him. Jesus Montero, our third baseman, not making too many errors, and he's playing well in 320, 396 on base. I hope the power improves for him as well as Miggy. I mean, they should be hitting more than they're on pace for 17 home runs a year, but that's good. Our DH Josh Willingham hitting 290, but with a lot of power. Already has 5 home runs, and he has a 380 on base, so that's going well too. Pretty much the only I mean, outfield's okay. So it's, Brandon Webb, the guy I wanted to lead off. I had to demote him in the lineup, but now he started to hit once I did demote him. But he's doing okay, as are Tate and Carter. My other outfielders. Only position I'm not getting production from. Um, Only position I'm not getting production from is shortstop. Started the season with Josh Johnson, starting shortstop, and then I switched it around, put in Yunel Escobar. So he's hitting 265, which obviously is not good. 265 with a 280 on base, which is pretty terrible. But he's playing a good short, so everyone else is hitting. I could certainly live with that. I mean, I don't love it, but I can live with it. And it looks like the only prospect in my mind is Harry Murray. He's still developing in AAA, up to 69 contact, 62 gap, 70 and 70 split an eye. So I probably could bring him up now if I wanted to, but since he's developing, and I mean he continues developing, keeps getting points better in AAA, I don't really want to move him until maybe he hits the snag and stops developing, or I see no need to move him yet, especially because his power is only 25. If his power is higher, then yeah, I probably would bring him up at this point, but I'll make do in the meantime with Yunel Escobar and Josh Johnson playing shortstop for me. The pitching, like I said, it's eighth in the league. Not really what I expected from the guys. My aces, Rob Wart, Zach Britton, Pedro Alvarado, not pitched as well as I hoped they would, but at the same time, my fifth starter has been gangbusters, lights out. So who knows what's really going on? Like I said, my ace Wart is 2-1 with a 3.54 ERA, which is honestly not that good. I mean, I'll take that from other guys, but expected more from him, honestly. Not great. It's okay. Same thing, Zach Britton. Britton had a great season for me last year. This season, he's my number 2, although really he's in my 3. Alvarado's my 2, except I like it righty, lefty, righty, lefty. That's for my pitchers as well as my, obviously you like hitters like that too, but Britton's 3-2 at the 3.67, which is okay. Pedro Alvarado really developed well. It's now not really gonna walk anybody this season. Hopefully, knock on wood, with his 99 control. But he's 2-1 with a 4.3 ERA, even though he had a 3.1 last year for the whole season. So hopefully he turns around. Jaime Garcia, my number 4 starter, 2-1 with another 4.3 ERA. So my top guys are not really pitching to their potential. And yet my fifth starter, Jacob Heredia, 28 years old, is 2-0 with a 1.72 ERA. He's pitching gangbusters. So I don't know what to make of that. And yet still my team is 17-9, so not hating or anything. Same time though, I'm 17-9, and my bullpen, namely my closers, have already blown 3 saves for me. So that's not good. I started the season after trading for him. I put Ryan Madsen as my closer. He proceeded to blow 2 saves in the first sim. So I demoted him, and he's continued to suck since then. He's 0-2 with 3 saves and a 12.54 ERA, which is downright terrible. Now pitched 9 innings and given up 13 runs. So I demoted him to setup man, but still, hope he turns it around. I went back to my closer, Brian Mattis, the guy who used to be my 8th starter. He's pitched well, 3-1, 4 saves, 3.27 ERA, 1.18 WHIP. So I will take that. Rest of my relievers, about what I expected. Axford's pitching well, which is something that I was hoping for, but wasn't exactly counting on. My 2 setup guys, Leroy and Egan, who always pitch solid even though they have no ratings, are surprisingly enough pitching solid even though they have no ratings. So everything's going well there. Really, the team's playing well right now. Don't know really what to expect heading forward. I'm hopeful, especially since my team, we've played all the teams that really played the good teams in the American League already, and they were 17-9. We played all our division. We played Toronto. We played Tampa Bay. Lost sort of 3 Tampa Bay, which sucks. We played the good teams in this. We played all the teams in the Central actually. We played Cleveland. We played Detroit. We played Minnesota. We played Kansas City. So first month of the season, we played our division and the American League Central. So hopefully we could beat up on the American League West a little bit, since I do not think that division is much good or very good, whichever semantically however you want to put it. Probably want to put it proper English, but whatever. So hopefully things will continue going well for us. Like I said, Toronto rebuilding or Toronto retooling, down joint bats is great for us. As the fact that I don't really think much of New York or Boston. They're solid teams. They're not that good though, so I'm not really worried about them. The question is, can I take on Tampa Bay? And probably not this season. Tampa Bay is really, really, really good, and I don't know. Hopefully, I could stay relevant. At least stay, have them not have clinched by September or whatever. Going to September 1st without them having a little asterisk by the magic number. But yeah, that's this episode. Come back at January, March, at June 1st. See how this team's looking then. But until then, a lot of talk going around Baltimore about the relevant Orioles, who have not been 500 since really I took over the team. So that's good. Hopefully, the team can continue playing well and make at least going through August, September, make it at least interesting. Because there's no one in the minors. Still might make a couple trades. We have 2 first-round draft picks, but I don't know. I don't really have any positions I can improve since I can't really bring in a long-term shortstop as I talked about. Anyways, I'll talk about that in another podcast. Thanks for watching, everyone, and peace.